By the way, Gary Cobb will be with us at 4:30. Without further ado, hey, by the way, man, that was a really great pre- and post-game show. The halftime show was awesome as well. Jacob, our pre- and post-game shows are absolutely off the charts. We really appreciate everybody coming aboard. With all that being said, here we are. We got our mandate. Hit that like button. The co-host of Birds 365, it is our friend, Big Z, Zander Krause.
What's going on, Big Sills?
All good, brother.
How you living, baby?
I'm living. We're living
You like
good.
the backwards KANGOL? Like Mr. Jalen Hurts?
Okay.
You like the Princess Diana Eagles jacket?
I do dig that jacket.
Listen, it's a beautiful day, Big Sills, as Jacob eclipses 50,000 subs.
Yes, sir. Congratulations, everybody.
10 straight W's.
50.
10 straight W's for the Philadelphia Eagles, the number one defense in football, and Jalen Hurts can throw the rock. Woo!
So the offensive passing game is fixed in your eyes.
No, it's not fixed. But like I said, that's the best step forward that I've seen yet this season. You showed it there, and they showed the capability. The consistency obviously has to be showed, but that was an exciting performance, man. And I think you said something earlier in the show that really, I don't even know if this was your point, but it was the point I took from it. Barkley wasn't in the top 5 players of the game.
Yeah.
And look at how pretty it looked. And I don't say that as a knock on Barkley, but I say that as when people want a good passing game, this is why they want a good passing game. And it really was showing yesterday, and Jalen Hurts is moving the football. A.J. Brown's involved. Devontae Smith's involved. I got the Jacob. Listen, look at all this merch I'm giving away.
Dude, I saw I'm going to
These are all the salute to service sweatshirts.
I'm going to repost that.
The hockey sweatshirts with the Eagle logo on them.
That's awesome, man.
And you know what we're doing special today, Big Sills? We're doing this special today, and we're doing it on the fly, and I just decided a second ago. What do I have right here? Now, that's A.J. Brown. This is a Jalen Hurts stitched Kelly Green jersey.
Wow.
And we're going to give that away on the show right here.
Oh, my God.
Right now at the end of the segment. At the end of the segment. So no Barkley jersey this week, but I'm coming out with Jalen Hurts. Everybody questions Jalen Hurts all fucking week. You know what? And I love how arrogant he's getting in his press conferences.
Oh,
I love it. Because you know what? If you're going to fucking survive, I think it was Seth Joyner who said this. If you're going to survive in this city, you better have a little bit of arrogance to you. You know that old saying, nice guys finish last? Don't be a nice guy. And Jalen Hurts is going up in there telling everybody, including you, Big Sills, including me, shut the fuck up.
I don't think one performance is not shutting me the fuck up. Last week it looked like Dick. Last week it looked like Dick against the Panthers, and now you looked really good this week. I want to see what we do next week against the Washington Commanders. By the way, I'm tweeting out right now. We are giving an Eagles Jalen Hurts. What should I call it?
Jersey. It's a Kelly Green jersey. This is as good as it gets. And you must be a member, everybody. So get your members in. Kev, the creator, becomes a member. So we'll do this at the end of the segment. So I'll get a drawing and we'll pull it.
Yes. Hey, so have you bought your Super Bowl tickets yet?
Well,
it's 55 days. It's 55 days to the Super Bowl.
I have not bought any tickets yet, but let me tell you, I got a job to do, Sills, right? So I made some calls today down to the people, who might be able to get us a press credential down there on Radio Row for the Super Bowl. And I started to plant those seeds in to make sure that we could make something happen if that happens. So I haven't bought a ticket, but I'm starting to think that if this team can put these games together on a week-by-week basis consistently, listen, the game of football is more than just about the talent. It's more than about how you play. The war of attrition is a massive part of this. Peaking at the right time is a big part of this. And when I look around the NFC right now, I truly believe that the Eagles are in the best position in week 15. I'm not saying that we're better than everybody else, even though I think we are better than everybody else. I'm not saying that we got a better roster than everybody else, although I think we got a better fucking roster than everybody else. But in week 15, with Detroit depleting right now, and I hope everybody recovers. I'm not trying to say it from that perspective, but right now, I think the Eagles are in the best position to get through the NFC. You get to the Super Bowl, it's a different conversation, but I really believe that.
You had the best roster in 22 and you didn't win it. A lot of things still have to come to a head here. And here's the difference between a year ago, Zander, December 18th, 23, and right now, December 16th, 24. Last year, you were in the midst of a 3-game losing streak. You came out of the Seattle game, and that whole thing was a nightmare, and things were just completely unraveling. Now, on December 16th, you're playing better football than you ever have played. And you get this, you put your best performance. I put these numbers out there. Like John said yesterday on the postgame, he beat the fucking shit out of a well-coached Steeler team. What I don't like about what I see in the last 2 weeks and the last 120 minutes of football, how could you shit the bed like that and look like that against the Carolina Panthers? You turn around and you put a performance like that up against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I want to see. Now, again, you get the benefit of the doubt because you know why? The equity of the 10-game winning streak, you have built that up to where you go, well, the Carolina game was probably more of just a little misstep there. So you give that benefit. And Zander, you made the point about, and I said it before John did, when we were on the post game, I said, I'm willing to say now the Eagles are the best defensive football team in the NFL. And I think it's been week in and week out. Where I differ with a lot of people is that all of a sudden 60 minutes of football with some people, the passing end. No, you have not put the equity in this year that the defense has put in. The equity, they've gotten better since the bye and incredibly better.
Defense has been consistent. Defense has earned the consistency label.
The defense, in my opinion, Zander, is better than the offensive unit. I don't think that doesn't mean they have more talent than you.
I don't think that's a bad thing either. I mean, I think it's not what you expected,
but I don't think the offense has lived up to their capabilities. The defense does not have the talent.
I think it's been a work in progress. I think if you go back to the offseason, remember, we talked about how long is it going to take with the new coordinators? And this was back in the offseason, it was a talk on both sides. And even on the defense, we said it was going to take till 2025 probably with the young players and all of that. They've obviously gone way above and exceeded that expectation by a long shot. But I think you could say that, but I'm happy where they are right now because I think they've done what they've needed to do to win. And now they're showing, or at least they showed, not consistently yet, but capability wise, that they have the ability to win in multiple ways. And that's a big thing. And that was a big checkbox for me, man. Like I don't think I was either way. I don't think I was a praiser of the offense through the first 14 weeks, but I don't think I was a hater at the end. I think I tried to be as fair as I could. I was concerned. I was concerned that Jalen wasn't going to be able to do it on a whim out of nowhere if we needed to. And I think yesterday he really did a long way in doing that because in a way, Sills, wasn't that on a whim? He had his 3 worst passing weeks of the year, and then he comes out and has his best.
Yeah, combined the yardage that he had, combined the previous 2 games, and how he looked. What I liked about it for Hurts was that Barkley was a non-factor. I mean, he was a non-factor in that ball game. I mean, Hurts's wheels. And really, to some extent, I don't know about you, but that 40 yards receiving by Gainwell, it felt like 140 yards. Every time that guy made a play, it just felt critical. How about the broken field tackles that he had? Getting down and getting those first downs. He must have got 5 first downs yesterday with some of those yards that he got. I thought those were critical yards on keeping the sticks going. By the way, real quick here, I want to reiterate it one more time. I talked to Clint Hurt. It's a nothing burger. And I said this earlier. I'd rather have my defensive tackle playing like that and that nasty and that fucked up and that mean. I know he's got to be smarter. But Zander, I've told you this before. I'd rather pull a guy off the ledge and push him to it. I want my defensive tackles to have a nastiness about them. I want people to fear them. I want people. And so I think Clint stepped over the line a little bit by not allowing Nick to go over and confront his own player. But that's, I get it a little bit but hey, and you know me, man, I like to start a trash can on fire. There's nothing here to this. There's just nothing here to this.
Yeah, I don't care about their coach interaction, but I will say this because I think it's okay. If you want me to tell you that it was a dumb play by Jalen Carter, you can call up the Captain Obvious line and they'll tell you the same fucking thing. I loved it. You know, so I've been watching that replay today. I must have watched it 25. He just stands there and he goes, bam, smacks that motherfucker in the head.
It was a head slap.
I thought it was hilarious. And listen, I know it was dumb. You don't want to do that in the wrong spot, but that was epic. I mean, it was hilarious to watch Jalen Carter do that. So I kind of loved it. I'm not going to lie to you. Pretty good stuff by him, and he backs it up. It's one thing to do that and not be able to back it up. He's unblockable, and I think every offensive line he goes against knows that. So he backs it up in a big way.
All super chats will be read at the very end. You guys have been great. By the way, please hit that like button. We're blowing
Remember, we got to
up.
carve out like 5 or 8 minutes, too, so I can do the giveaway. I want to give away the Jalen Hurts jersey to the people.
We will definitely do that here. Zander, look at this. Man, what a against Pittsburgh, a gold standard operation. You held them to 10 first downs. And here's the other two numbers that just blow me away. You held the Steelers to 41 plays. You had 77, basically 2-1. And you held the ball for 40 of the 60 minutes in the football game. I've never heard that.
Isn't that more well, obviously, but it's more of a credit to the offense, isn't it? I mean, the way that they were able to sustain drives and stay on the field. If you can hold the ball for 40 minutes, that's a credit to your offense.
Wouldn't you agree that that was a game that was carved out of 22?
I think it was. Yeah, I guess so. I mean,
because
you did see defense.
Because of the defense.
Right. The defense was a menace in 22. It was a little different type of defense, though, wasn't it? I mean, they were a big play defense. They got a lot of sacks, but I don't think
they gave a little bit more up on the ground game when it came to like giving up on the ground, right? I mean,
I don't see the 20.
It was 16.
Maybe this is the benefit of the now, but I don't remember the 22 defense being this good in coverage. Like our coverage right now,
we're number 2.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. So maybe I'm just kind of clouded a little bit by the now, but I'm really impressed with what this defense has done, man. This is maybe the best defense I've seen in my lifetime.
Wow. Okay. Well, here, let's do this. Milton Williams has played really well this year.
Yeah, he's been lights out.
Jordan Davis, I thought Jordan had a really nice run game this game. I mean, I thought he did well against the run. He didn't have big numbers in there, but I thought, again, it was okay. It was solid. Jalen, I thought he played low. Jalen Carter was just a menace in there. He is getting better and better. Dude, Nolan Smith, that's his best game as a pro.
Yeah. He's really coming along, isn't he, Sills? Becoming a viable player on that
last
defense.
month. Actually, You want to hear something? Since Huff got taken out of the rotation, he's improved.
Yeah,
he's improved.
I agree with that. The loss of Huff might have been a blessing in disguise, honestly.
Yeah, because his reps have been increased, and it just looks to me like, he's getting better here. Nakobe Dean continues to get better. I mean, I'll tell you this. His run gap filling. Also, can I tell you the most impressive thing that I'm glad for him? He's healthy. He's hanging in there. I thought health was going to be a problem for him.
Yeah, he was the highest graded player on defense yesterday.
I'm sorry?
He was the highest graded player on defense, Nakobe, yesterday.
I'll tell you something, this Zach Bond guy, man, he fucking is an amazing tackler in space. man, can he? God, I don't know if I have seen a linebacker. John made the comparison of Derek Brooks like that. And that's a little lofty for me, but Ryan Shazier, who used to play in Pittsburgh, kind of played a lot like that as well. Man, being able to cover running backs, wide receivers, and tight ends with the type of speed and being able to tackle in space like that, my God almighty, this guy was wasted in New Orleans for 5 years. It's absolutely insane how good he is. I mean, dude, I said he'd never make first team All-Pro. I don't know. I mean,
I think he's got a good chance. I think the politics of it might get in the way. No,
that's what I'm not saying he's not.
I mean, he's a new guy. I mean,
yeah.
Can you think about that think about that rise though for him as a player? Like if he's in Defensive Player of the Year conference last year, he was a special teams guy.
You think that's Howie's greatest sign as a defensive general manager since he's been GM?
Well, let's see. If he becomes a long-term player here, then I think it has the chance.
If he makes first team All-Pro.
Yeah, but if they let him walk out the door, won't it be hard to judge that as the best signing if it was a one-year player? Now, ultimately, if you win the Super Bowl, then maybe you have that conversation. But if you don't get him, I think they're going to get him locked up long-term. But we say it every week. Every time he steps on the field, he adds another million.
Like I said, and people are they're once again not listening to what I said. I said defensive free agent signing. I don't know, man. I mean, this guy just looks insane. Look at all these defensive guys here. Dude, how about this one here? Maybe sometimes the greatest move you make, Zander, is the move that you don't make by not getting rid of Josh Sweat.
Yeah.
Fucking Josh Sweat is going to have 12 sacks this year. That would mean, get this, in the last 3 years, he's going to have 30 sacks. How do you get rid of that?
Yeah, what are they going to – he's a free agent this year? Well, listen,
absolutely.
Are we worried about this right now, though? Are we worried about this right now?
No. Because
I want to get through the season. I think there's good points here where we have to get some people back, but, the defense is playing so damn good right now. They're making it harder on Howie, and that's a good thing for them because they're playing so well. But
if I'm as a player, this is why you hire agents. Let the agent and Howie behind the scenes stick with that. Don't bother me with anything right now. Let me go out and keep increasing my value. As an agent, if you have a good one like Drew Rosenhaus, Drew's not telling you to go out, but Drew will come to you and eventually go like this. Hey, I had a conversation with Howie, and they want to sit down here and start kind of like, submitting some numbers here. And maybe, when you're in your bye week, you take a look at it or some shit like that. I mean, that's how agents, they're not trying to put pressure on you, but they want you to know where you are in the real room with the player here. What I'm doing here is I'm looking at how many people are playing well. Quinyon Mitchell, holy shit. I got to tell you right now, and I'll bury the lead here on this one. I'm going to put him in the lead for the Rookie of the Year.
I think he just actually jumped to the lead.
He's going to get my vote this week.
He jumped in the lead on one of the sports books.
The only problem I have, he has no picks.
Yeah, that's fair. But does that I
no.
Is that worth it? Or is that one of the things that
for me it doesn't, but for a guy in Detroit it might.
For voters it does, right. For voters it might, but I mean, anybody that's watched Quinyon Mitchell, I think would have an honest conversation and say he's probably thinking about what this defense has done and the impact he's had in the turnaround from bottom defense to a top defense in the NFL, the top defense in the NFL. I think Quinyon Mitchell is the home run, but I'm not trying to take away from Jared Verse. I've been really impressed with him. He's clearly a home run pick as well for the Rams, and that Fisk guy is also really good there. So, but I think Quinyon earns it just because of. Now, maybe this is an unfair way to look at it, but does the overall defense help boost him? The overall defense being number one, does that give him an extra boost of you're a part of a unit that became the number one defense in the NFL, and you were the best corner on that defense? Yes, and
I would say that if I had to rank the MVPs, by the way, all supers, and we appreciate all the new members. If I had to rank the guys who have played the best this year on that defense, it would be Carter, Bond, Mitchell. Maybe Dean or Slay, Sweat.
So, can I ask you something to interrupt? Are you still a little grumpy from yesterday?
No.
You know?
I was
All right.
not. I'm never grumpy, and I'll tell you why.
You were so grumpy yesterday.
Hold on. No.
That was the
Because
grumpiest I've ever seen Sills.
I know you. You're a prisoner of the moment, and you
Hey,
jump
let me walk
through
everybody
hoops,
through it. I'm the host
you
of the
jump
I gotta
through
say,
fucking hoops.
I gotta say, like a 12-second open on the. I couldn't even get my open out. Cilio's crying on the post game show.
Right.
I'm like, this.
You know what I love
grumpy.
so much is
you didn't like my Jalen Hurts KANGO.
Every
which, by the
time,
way, is freaking
every
sick.
single time that John McMullen comes on, he validates every fucking thing that I say. He's with me too. Let's see.
You two are number one and number two in the I was wrong column this year.
Wait, I'm not wrong about anything on December 16th, Junior. This guy again, once again.
To make sure you're okay. I thought you were a little distraught yesterday watching this team just continue to dominate.
Distraught.
I'm just checking up on you.
I thank you for your concern, Junior. I appreciate that. For your concern for my health. I love that. All right. Wow, look at this guy, man. Look at this guy. This guy's taking halfway victory laps already.
Oh no, I'm not taking any victory laps. We got to keep doing it, but we're showing it.
Super Bowl tickets.
We're showing it. You know what? I'll put my money where my mouth is right now. All right. I'll put my money where my mouth is right now.
Okay.
What should we do? What should we do? I'm willing to back up my belief in this team being a Super Bowl team with more than just my words. Okay. Do we want to do another giveaway every Monday on the national football? Do we want to give away until the Super Bowl and along with the Saquon Barkley jersey giveaways? Do we want to give away? What do we want to do? Do we want to try and send somebody to a Dallas game, to the Giants game? What do we want to do to put my money where my mouth is on this team? I'll buy a jersey and give away a jersey every week, on this show.
Look at you,
man. On this show. I will do it.
Look at, there's Philadelphia right there. Look at this kid right here. That's Philly right now. This guy is walking around right now like he's Apollo Creed.
You know what? We're doing that. I'm doing a giveaway. Well, Lucius' Super Bowl tickets. That's a tough one, my friend. I don't know if I can swing that as
Super Bowl tickets.
I could.
Super Bowl tickets are $15,000 a pop, Junior. I mean, trust me when I tell you, those things ain't easy to get.
But I will do a.
You're a mean one, Mr. Sills.
A giveaway every week on the National Football Show, along with our Saquon Barkley jersey giveaways.
You're a mean one, Mr. Sills.
You are a Grinch. You really are
happy when they lose.
It was the perfect nickname. It was the perfect nickname for you that I gave you, the Grinch. Don't let the Grinch steal Christmas.
Reality. You know what reality is? You have one in Italian, uno gats, which means nothing. Un gats.
Who's the best player or best team in the league right now?
December 16th. Your boys are by the way, here's my mandate. Oh, yes. Oh, no. Oh, yes. We now have officially put down a mandate because Zander now says you're the best team in the NFL, and we have all these giveaways we're going to do. So now we have a mandate, and here it is. Super Bowl win or bust. No excuses, or it's a fuck season. You can't go 15-2 and tell me you have a good season and go, oh, well, gee shucks, like John McMullen will tell you.
I'm good with that. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that, with you saying that this is a fucking bust if they don't make it there. Because everybody in this city that watches this team week in and week out knows what this team is capable of and what they should be able to do week in and week out. With this defense, with this talent on offense, with Jalen Hurts playing like he did yesterday, we are the best team in the NFL. And to be quite honest with you, I don't really think it's particularly close. If Jalen Hurts plays like that every week, I don't think there's a team that can stay in the room with us.
Okay, well, the question will be, can he? Because he hasn't.
Buffalo just dropped a 48 burger on Detroit. Mm-hmm. Detroit, conversely, dropped a 42 burger on them. I haven't seen someone put up more than 20 on the Eagles defense in how long?
Okay, once again, I'm going to have to help this youngster remember his own history of his Philadelphia Eagles. And here, let me give him a history lesson. You had a team of backups beat Tom Brady. I wouldn't be worrying about what Detroit's injury issues are because you lost Jason Peters, you lost a starting linebacker, you lost a starting guard, and you lost an MVP candidate at starting quarterback, and you beat somebody with backups. So to sit there and go, David, but the Montgomery injury and Aiden Hutchinson are enormous, man.
Yeah,
But at the end of the day, Zander, you won a Super Bowl against a team that was one of the greatest teams of all time with backups. Backups.
it goes to what you just said, though. You're right. If that team beats us, it's a colossal failure.
Okay. Here's something else. 15-2. Run through the tape, right? You got 3 teams right now that are going to be wedged in after tonight at 12-2.
But let's be clear though, because if we win out, don't you think we'll get it? Now listen, if we win out and the Vikings win out, the Vikings would get it. If Detroit wins out, they get it.
Why do Detroit and Minnesota, if they both those teams went out, why do they
have
get
to play each other? They play each other in the last week of the year.
No.
One of them is
why
getting
don't the
loss.
Eagles get if they tie with Minnesota? Why don't the Eagles get? Is it something to do with conference play?
Yeah, I forget what the second tiebreaker is. I think it's conference
Because
record.
what you're telling me is that the Eagles are in the 3-hole with this. Is that if Detroit wins out?
Yes.
If Detroit wins out, they get it. If Minnesota wins out, they get it.
Yep.
And if the Eagles win out, they get the 2-hole.
Yep. But the flip of that is you're really in the 2-hole because Detroit and Minnesota are going to take care of themselves. One of them is going to take care of the other one. So they play each other in the last game. Now, Minnesota also plays Green Bay. They have Chicago tonight. And then next week, I think they have
Detroit.
No, they're the last week of the year.
Oh, they're
Vikings,
okay.
Wow. So the Vikings have.
So last game of the year.
Yeah.
Hey, you're going to have to play, Zander. You're going to have to play if the Eagles. You're going to have to play all 17 weeks because you know why? I think that game is going to come down to home field advantage. Or wait a minute. If those teams continue to win, here's where the Eagles can maybe take that last game off. Because if every team wins to the last game, that's going to come down between Detroit or Minnesota for home field, not you. You have no chance of getting it. You have no chance if both teams win all the way through, right? And the last week of the season is Minnesota, Detroit. That will determine home field. And you have no shot at it.
Well, no, if they tied, we would get it.
Okay. That would be if they tie it. Okay.
Yeah, which is very unlikely.
Correct.
It's very unlikely.
So
but listen,
you'll be in the 2-hole, and you know who you'll probably end up having to play is probably Washington.
Which is, I think, the biggest blessing. Nothing about Washington concerns me, especially in the playoffs. You're talking about and listen, I'm not trying to discredit Washington, but to be fair, I think Washington is maybe the 2021 Eagles right now.
Dude, what I don't want to do is I don't want to see the Bucs. The Bucs have beaten both Detroit and the Eagles this year.
Yeah, well, the Bucs are gonna. Here's the thing about the Bucs. You're
Bucs
not going to see
4 straight.
The Bucs are going to be the 3 seed in the NFC.
Correct.
Because they're going to win the South.
That's right.
So you're not as worried about them in game 1.
Here are the seedings right now. Detroit's 1 right now as of today, December 16th. Philly's 2 at 12-2. The Buccaneers are 3 at 8-6. The Rams are 4 at 8-6. Minnesota's 11-2. Heading into tonight, they're 5th. And they're in the 5-hole. Green Bay is 6 at 10-4. And Washington is 9-5. The opening matches, as of now, it would be Washington, Philly. It would be the Green Bay Packers at the Bucs. And it would be the Rams be Minnesota at the Rams because the Rams would win the West. And Minnesota would be a wild card as of right now. So Minnesota would have to go to Los Angeles to play. Here. No, here.
You should have me now.
I got you now. Hey, and in the AFC, Kansas City right now, they're going to win home field. They're 13-1, even though Mahomes got nicked up in his ankle. Buffalo is second at 11-3. Pittsburgh's they qualified for the playoffs even in that loss. They're third at 10-4. Houston's fourth at 9-5. Baltimore's fifth because they're in second behind Minnesota or Pittsburgh. In the North, they're 9-5. Denver's in at 9-5, and the Chargers right now are 8-6. It would be Chargers at Buffalo, Denver at Pittsburgh, and it would be Baltimore at Houston. So pretty good. That looks like damn good playoffs this year in the NFL. So again,
I think the Bucs are going to win out too. By the way,
the Bucs are going to win out, and like you said, they're probably going to be cemented in that 3 spot.
And they're gonna end up 11-6. That's a good season for them, man. Losing those 2 receivers.
Hey, they lost 4, then they just won 4.
Yeah.
And Mayfield, get this, man. Mayfield's going to throw for 40 touchdowns this year.
Listen, I like Minnesota. I like Darnold. I get it. They got the Bears, the Seahawks, the Packers, and the Lions. I don't see them winning out on that, brother. I don't see them winning out on that.
The Lions.
The Vikings.
You said the Lions?
No, the Vikings. They have the Bears tonight, then the Seahawks, then the Packers, then the Lions. I do not see them winning out that.
So you think they probably drop either the Packer game or they drop the last game against you? What you want though, Zander? You want them to drop that Packer game and lose. No, you want them to drop that Packer game and then for them to beat the
Lions
in the last week, and you finish the tape and you run through the tape.
Yes, because the Lions have Bears, Niners, Vikings. So they can beat the Bears and the Niners. And the Niners, remember, the Niners are going to be like, they don't even give a shit anymore.
No, they're going for playoffs right now.
Yeah.
They're going for the playoffs right now. Absolutely. All right. So here, like I said, here's the mandate. Super Bowl or bust, 15-2, home field advantage, and the passing game continues to improve. Do you really think they silenced people yesterday?
I think they showed you something you haven't seen in a long time. And for many people, it was refreshing to see. And if you're like me, it gives you optimism that the team has it within them to pull that out when they need it. I'm not trying to take away from Saquon Barkley, but I think we all started riding him real high, and we should have been. He was playing unbelievable. But, you brought up something that's incredible. 209 yards last week on the ground, right, versus the Panthers. You couldn't put that team away for shit.
Nope.
You had 120 or 130 yesterday versus the Steelers, and your passing game was that much better. And look at what that game looked like.
It was never close.
It was never close.
The Najee fumble, they were scratching and clawing.
It was never close.
Stay in it. I never went like this in that game at any time. Do you know what, Zander, I was saying? After the first three and outs on defense, I went, they can't hang with this team.
I agree.
They couldn't hang with that team.
And I think that's listen, to your point, did they silence people? They didn't silence Dan Sileo, because can you ever silence Dan Sileo?
No. Well, no, because the defense has.
The defense
has totally won me
But
over.
didn't they show you something yesterday where at least in the back, like when we used to debate this, I would say they can do it, and you would say, well, when have you seen it this year? And I would say, I haven't. Now I've seen it. I know they got it. I know they can do it. Can they do it consistently? That's a different question. But you saw the capability that they can do it, and they did it, by the way. I said it last night on the postgame show. I think who they did it against is impressive as well. And you do that against the Panthers, okay.
Yeah, but and the time of month, December 16th. You're now in the championship months now. You're not doing this in October.
Right.
That's what's making it better, because I pointed out December 18th of last year, you were unraveling. So to answer your question, that's what makes it even more frustrating that, okay, so you have the capability of looking like that, but you haven't all year. Okay, that to me is more of a question mark on being able to go like this. Are you consistently going to now be able to step on it? And are you going to continue to do that the remainder of the year? Because let's face it now, the next loss will probably end your season.
I think that's correct. Here's what I'll say, though, about the Panthers, because it's fair to say, who are you or which one you're going to be? But the Panthers game was also as much of an outlier.
It is
the other way. So that wasn't
defense,
like you don't get the 12-2 playing like you did against the Panthers.
No.
So somewhere in the middle is
yes.
They haven't been what they were against the
They
Steelers.
Get the benefit.
But they weren't what they were every week against the Pack or the
They get the benefit. They built the equity up.
Exactly.
They built the equity up. But remember something, like I said, the next time the Philadelphia Eagles lose is going to be a season-ending loss. Okay? And you've got to ask yourself, are you going to be hey, look, you're going to beat the Commanders. You're going to beat the remainder of the teams, unless there's circumstances that cause you not to have to win that last game of the year where it's a non-factor. Okay? You may not play anybody and you may drop that. No one cares because you're going to be in a two-hole no matter what. Now, again, here's something else to think about here. The team in the two-hole right now is you. You're sitting in that two-hole no matter what happens because the Bucs have 6 wins. Minnesota can't win it because if Detroit wins out, either Detroit or Minnesota. Can you imagine this, Zander? Somebody's going to have a 14-3 record potentially. That's the 5th seed. I mean, you could be 14-3 in the 5th hole, and the 3rd seed Bucs could win 11-6.
That's pretty insane. That's pretty insane.
That tells you a little bit more about the NFC, doesn't it?
NFC's gotten really good, man. NFC's gotten really good. Packers are 10-4 right now, and technically they're slotted in the 6th seed.
So what do you
11-2 Vikings? Yeah, 11-2 Vikings are the 5 seed. You're right, man. That's crazy. That is crazy. That NFC North is getting 3 teams in easily.
Is that what y'all wanted? Is that what y'all wanted to see?
And listen, the AFC's done. Not done, but it's basically selected at this point.
Yeah.
Because you got the top 4 teams have clinched, the Chiefs, the Bills, the Steelers, and the Texans. And then you have the Ravens, the Broncos, and the Chargers, who are 9-5, 9-5, and 8-6. And then your 3 teams on the bubble are 6-8.
Yeah.
So that conference is basically decided.
The Bengals are still in it.
So let me run this through you, right? Let me run this by you, all right? Chiefs, Bills, Steelers, Texans, Ravens, Broncos, Chargers. That's representing your AFC. Lions, Eagles, Bucks, Rams, Vikings, Packers, Commanders. What's the better conference?
I think Detroit's better than Kansas City.
I think the Eagles are better than them all.
I think Philadelphia. I'm going across the ways here.
Gotcha.
I think Philly is more complete than Buffalo.
Yep. By the way, Josh Allen is insane. Insane.
Dude,
he's insane.
He's just.
If Sills gets a win right now, I know he's down bad. Everybody, he just got a mouthful of crow over there. He doesn't want to admit it yet, but he knows he does.
There's no crow on December 16th, my friends. None.
Yeah, he's not eating any crow on Josh.
Zero crow. You won nothing.
Josh Allen is insane.
Insane.
He's insane. But their defense sucks.
Hey, Zander, he's got 10 TDs in 2 weeks.
14-3.
Jesus criminy, man. I mean, hey, the Bucks in Pittsburgh, I don't know, that's a kind of a push to me. Rams in Houston, I might take the Rams in that one.
Yeah, I don't love the Texans this year.
Hey, Minnesota, Baltimore. I'm going to tell you something. That Kevin O'Connell, he's the NFL Coach of the Year, and it's a slam dunk. Who would have ever thought that you'd be potentially tonight 12-2 with a journeyman backup quarterback? You drafted J.J. McCarthy, and here you are at 12-2 with a potential to have home field advantage. Dude, that is one whale of a coaching job in Minnesota by a guy who Sam Darnold was on his 4th team. That's
Can I
insane.
ask you? Try and be as objective as you can on this.
Sure.
Does Nick Sirianni deserve to be in the running for Coach of the Year?
No, but he's in the top 5 now.
You don't think he deserves to be in the running? Think about it. The 2-2 start, the switch up of the team, the identity. You had the drama this week. I think, and as you said it, this is a big test. This shows you that Nick Sirianni handled adversity better this year than he did last year. You know, I know he's got a more talented roster, but I think Nick has done a really good job this year.
Oh, here, watch this. Let me just take my personal view of the guy out. What happens in that voting is this. You know, Belichick's only won that thing twice. You know how many times Andy Reid's won it? I think he's only won it twice. He's been in the league 22 years. When those coaches don't win that, it goes to the Brian Dables and the Kevin Stefanskis, and they do something really weird. They don't go to the most talented rosters ever, unfortunately. Okay, I mean, Nick, dude, if you here, let me here. I'll tell you what the NFL does. The NFL sends me trends on where. Let me show you where the NFL Coach of the Year, and they give us this tool to see where we are when our vote has to be submitted. Here's the candidates right now, and then I move it around because I don't really agree with all of them. But here, Kevin O'Connell's number 1, Dan Campbell's 2, Sean Payton's 3, Dan Quinn's 4th, Mike Tomlin's 5th, Andy Reid is 6th, Sean McDermott's 7th, Todd Bowles is 8th, Nick Sirianni's 9th, Matt LaFleur's 10th. That's where they have your boy. He's in the top 10.
What was he, number 5?
9.
Wow, low.
Well, I mean, look who he's low with.
He's 12 and fucking 2.
Okay, well, look, she's down there. McDermott's 8th. Reid is 7th. Reid is 13 and 1. I mean,
they hate Nick Sirianni. The media hates Nick Sirianni.
No, the media loves Nick Sirianni. I love this guy is a content king. Are you fucking
kidding? Wait, check out this jacket, yo. Do you see this freaking thing? This thing is freaking sick.
Look at that. That thing is nice, man.
Look
Princess
at that,
Di
dude.
jacket.
Huh?
That thing's dope, man.
Yeah, dude. This is fresh as hell.
Yeah, that thing is great. Let's do the super chats, and we'll give the Jalen Hurts. I want to double check.
Gotta get the jersey away to the people.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, Dad, shut up.
Zander's doing a great dude. What a great.
All right, Jalen Hurts jersey time. Are you a member? Is everybody a member? If you're not a member, you ain't winning. And by the way, here's the one caveat with today's giveaway. And this is what we're going to do. And I'm doing it, by the way. I'm doing what I said. We're giving away a jersey on your program, Big Sills.
Oh, I'm going to promote the fuck out of this now.
Every single week.
You
don't need a yards quota. We don't need anything to be met. Eagles could lose the next 3. We're giving away a jersey every week.
Okay. Zander is now trying to make the all right, he's going to give you guys, because of my Grinchness,
yes,
a jersey.
Shit talking has earned the great people of Jacob a jersey a week.
Okay. So
and this is along with our Saquon jersey, by the way. If Saquon goes over 125, we give away a second jersey. That's
Marcus Hayes is on tomorrow too, by the way.
Oh, great. And then we're going to do Zander Christmas, which is going to be at Jacob Christmas, which is just going to be, it's going to be electric. I mean, I got.
So do you want to do the jersey giveaway? Do you want to do the jersey giveaway or the super chats first?
Let's do the super chats. We'll give people a chance to get their memberships in, and then we'll do the drawing. I got to download the member list, get the new member list, because I think we added almost 10 members today. JB, thank you, JB. NS Wells, Big Trag, thank you, Big Trag. Eagle Tron's in here, Real Zeal, James M, NJ Fishing, Wilfredo, Dylan Canepa, Mike, and Kev the Creator. Really cool, man. Thanks all you guys for becoming a member today. And No Limit. Big thanks to No Limit as well. So that's a lot of new members.
I'll worry about I'll do some of this eventually. I'm not a real big signing guy, but we'll do something like that.
You got a shitty signature? Is that what happened? I don't have a good signature.
No, I just don't pass out signatures like that because Big Sills, it's
Yeah, shout out to Joe Whip, by the way, who put me onto the jacket. I didn't even know it existed. And he sent me a picture of his in the mail, and I immediately called the people that I know, and I'm like, I need one of these jackets. So I got
that thing looks fucking fresh.
Well, listen, I got it in large, and I got an extra large, which will be given away at Jacob Christmas. So this, I'm not going to lie to everybody. I love all of our great viewers.
Yeah, you had to get one for you.
This is going to be hard to give away this large. But I think I'm going to do it. It's still got the tag. I got it today, so I literally put it on for 10 minutes right before I came on the show. But
by the way, I'm gonna have to relent and fucking tell you look kind of dope with the sunglasses on.
I mean, there's
the
no better merch in the NFL than the Eagles.
Hey, no, when you did the sunglasses. No, when you did the sunglasses and you did the sunglasses and you're doing a victory fucking.
Hey, you were grumpy. You were still grumpy. I came on with the Jalen Hurts Kango and you were grumpy as hell. Look at this.
I didn't want to recognize it because he's shit talking to me again.
Oh, great stuff. All right,
by the way, hey, do we not have a fun time? Do we not have a fun time on that fucking post-game show? That post-game show, we have a great time every time. It's so much better than a year ago, man.
It's a lot of fun, man. We're having a lot of fun doing this. I think the people that know what we're about love it. You know, there's people who are like, oh, why is Silio on your network? I'm like, God, we're having a great sports talk. That's the point. We're having fun. We're talking about sports. We have different opinions. I love it. I love the way we're set up right now. It's awesome. So let's read a couple supers and get your memberships in, everybody. Dave,
thank you guys so much. By the way, going over 50, man.
Yeah, awesome, man.
Awesome stuff, man. You know, you guys have growing since the beginning here. I don't know, Zander, when we first started this, man, it was like 4,000 or something like that. And now look at where we are. And the thing continues to grow. Hey, by the way, it's a true story. I was in Phoenix. People from iHeart came over to me and they went like this. Hey, man, we know what you guys are doing.
This is that nice stitched jersey.
Who is that? Is that Stiff Hurts?
No, that's Stiff. 25 of 32 for 290 and 2 tutties. Stiff.
That's
Who
Stiff.
The fuck you calling Stiff?
It only took him 15 freaking weeks to do it. Shit. Hey, just in the nick of time, kid. Holy cow.
And yes, for those asking, this is my dad's Kango. People that know my dad's a big Kango. I called him this morning and I'm like, hey, listen, I'm thinking of going on Silio's show and messing with him a little bit today. I saw Jalen rocking a Kango on the press
conference. Is that what you wanted to see?
So I met up with my pops and I got the Kango today. I'm ready to rumble with the Kango.
Is that what you wanted to see? What an arrogant son of a. I don't know.
You're just grumpy, dude. Listen, we must have got 100 comments on Sills. He's grumpy. I'm like, you're grumpy. You couldn't even be. You were so grumpy. You couldn't even let me do my 28-second open on the post. It wasn't 3 minutes. 28 seconds.
No, because I know how you jump off a cliff, like a cliff diver.
Woo! Big C checks in. Big C says we gotta go. Harry Cobb's coming up, and I gotta do this giveaway. Big C says, Sills, I need an auto pic of you posting the one the other day on Instagram in your Miami uniform. I don't know what he's talking about. No Limit says Zander had to flex the Princess Diana. It is pretty dope jacket, I got to be honest. It's a little warm. I'm getting hot in here, everybody. Deep Fried says, can we get Randall on as a guest? That'd be pretty cool. You got that connection? Yeah.
Cunningham? You guys want to get Randall on? I didn't know. I'll get Randall on.
If you can get Randall, I'll be sick. Yeah, No Limit says, any thoughts on the Commanders? No Limit says, any thoughts on the Commanders? JD and ML healthy. I think Jane Daniels and Marshawn Lattimore. I'm not afraid of them at all. Nothing about that team concerns me. In fact, they're my preferred round one opponent.
Listen to this guy. Not afraid of anybody. But anybody.
No, I just like Vic Fangio versus a rookie quarterback in the playoffs. I don't think he's going to be ready to go up against that. I think
Jaden Daniels played better against the Eagles than what Russell Wilson did. Now, he was limited. He don't have a Terry McLaurin on that side of the ball either, though. I mean, he was throwing at Calvin Schiraldi or somebody. I don't know who the fuck he was throwing to.
Harv says, I would have never guessed going into the season that the Eagles would sweep the AFC North. I never expected that. That is impressive.
Potentially the NFC East.
Yeah, that's true. Well, 3 games left. They're not there yet.
Like I said, Zander, how about this one? And the toughest division for you was the NFC South.
Yeah, right. The Bucs and the Falcons. Harv, oh yeah, I got that one. Abe says, Zander out here looking like the white Jalen Hurts. The Kango, baby. The backwards Kango. I love it. NJ Fishing checks in. Zander and Sills, what size hoodie? I'll email you, Z. Hook you guys both up with an NJ Fishing Maniac hoodie or t-shirt.
Woo!
Love it, man. Love the show and always have. Big Sills and Z with the W. Birds, Bills, Super Bowl. How you doing? I love it, NJ. That's pretty cool, dude.
Can you imagine that fan base with Bills and Eagles?
Wait, think about this. Where's the Super Bowl this year? On Bourbon Street?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Eagle fans and Buffalo fans take Bourbon Street. That will be a sight to be had, everybody.
Absolutely, it will.
Flexen says, to be the man, you have to beat the man, Z. That's true. That's true. That's true. You got to beat the man. Chiefs are still there. Sig Lure says, you really are a heel. Talking about Big Sills. So hi. Zander and Sills should make small bets with each other each week since everyone loves Sills eating crow. Sills is going to eat the crow every week, no matter what.
Big Sills doesn't eat crow on December.
Look at Herman. See, Herman's onto it. Herman's got the right idea. He says, keep hustling them, Sills. More merch for us. Every time Stilio makes a stupid take, we're giving away a Jalen Hurts.
There's no such thing as stupid takes on December 16th, Junior.
Grinch Stilio, how you doing?
You're a mean one, Big Sills.
Sills is not being a D-head today, and Zander is dressed like a stud. What the hell is going on here?
I know. It's like I know we're like in Zululand.
Yeah, you were objective today. You were good open today on the show. Johnny Cage says, shout out my guy Z with the super drip today. Harv, Georgia. We'll do the super chats now, and then we'll do giveaway right after Gary. I'll get the list ready, and then I'll come back up after Gary.
Yeah, we'll come back on and we'll do the Jalen Hurts jersey giveaway after Gary.
Okay, cool. What Big Fish says, what's up, Dan and Zander? Where's the goalpost at today? Who knows, man?
Goalpost is 12-2, Junior.
Celia was pile driving that goalpost all night. He was driving that thing all across the states.
No, you're doing things that are much needed here.
Prince checks in. Examine how the defense has performed against elite quarterbacks this season. By the way, they are still primarily targeting the right side. Q is a dog. He's right about that, man. They're going at.
I can't wait to hear Gary's take on the defense.
Because, Quinyon Mitchell's been insane.
They annihilated that Steeler team yesterday.
Wait, how about the Rook too?
Yeah,
he's a quiet dude. Somebody put their hands on Slay. He comes in swinging, ready to throw hands with a 350.
Hey, I'll tell you what, man. I'm all good with that there too.
I'm good with that too. You better believe I am. Nosty Beat says, hey, if he's going to be a one-read quarterback, it certainly helps when he drops back and hits the read on time and accurately. Don't force the big play. Let your playmakers create them with yak. He's taking a subtle shot there at Jalen, which I don't agree with, because Jalen was getting through his reads yesterday better than I've seen him all year. Well, that one completion, I think it was 3rd and 14 or 2nd and 14.
Zander.
That was a big completion.
Game. Again, it's one ball game, okay? It's one ball game here. That doesn't fix the issues yet. Consistency fixes the issues, all right?
I get it. Hey. 2 more super chats and we'll get to Gary.
Okay, 2 more super chats and we'll get to Gary here.
Sills, the professional goalpost mover. Nah, Sills, I'm with you. It's Super Bowl or bust now. You're correct with that take, sir. And then he says, hell yeah, Z, member of JAKIB or member of National Football Show. Jacob's good, brother. All right, man, I appreciate it. I'll talk to you. We'll do the giveaway right after G Cobb, all right?
Absolutely. I want to do this before we go to Gary Cobb here. Don't forget here, too, our great friends at BetUS. Guys, we've teamed up with our friends here at BetUS for the YouTube 150. Right now, you get the YouTube 150 sign-up bonuses up to $2K. You guys get an opportunity at 2nd and 3rd. And if you're crypto, that's 200% up to $2K. And your sign-up bonuses, betus.com.pa. That's betus.com.pa. Fastest payouts in the business. 24/7 personalized service, 365 days of the year. Live wagering on all major games. betus.com.pa. That's betus.com.pa. Let's get to our friend Gary Cobb.